Hey everyone, Randy here. Welcome to the Darq Project, which is all about writing, art, and rediscovering my creative spark as a working single mom. Today is May 29th, 2025, and I am 3-ish days into the 6 months to transform your life, 185 whatever yada yada challenge that a whole bunch of people are doing, and essentially the whole point is to unfuck your life in 6 months and make some drastic improvements, hopefully. I wasn't sure if I was going to jump on the bandwagon with this. I was kind of a little bit in it, but then I saw a video that Sky SD Haggis just posted where she referred to it as a magical girl transformation. And as dorky as that sounds, that is what convinced me to finally join in. And if you're wondering why my tongue is blue, it is because I am a child and just finished having a blue raspberry Italian ice a few minutes ago, which is one of the things that's going to be included in here. So, yay! So, everybody is talking about the different portions of their life that they're focusing on altering, things that they want to improve, things that they want to change. And the first video that I saw about this was from Jenna Streety, but then I also saw Katie Wismer is doing one that I think is the 75-day specifically, and hers is more focused on writing. Mine is going to be kind of all-around creativity, which writing is a part of, but also some other parts of my life that I have been wanting to make a change with and just kind of sitting around twiddling my thumbs, not really knowing where to start. Well, the best way to start is to make a list. So I have a list. I have 4 areas I am choosing to focus on for the 6 months, and my official start date was May 26th. So I will be done on November 26th, which will be exactly 1 week after my younger son Killian's 11th birthday. So my 4 areas. First one is physical things. This involves primarily for me exercise and diet. And when I say diet, I don't mean hardcore, extra, hella crazy calorie restriction because 1, I'm hypoglycemic. 2, I have a fairly physical job. So unfortunately, big time calorie restriction, as much as I know it can make a huge difference in your physique super fast, which I would love. I can't realistically do that or I'm gonna pass out at work, and that's not good for anybody involved. My 2 main things I'm focusing on as far as physical stuff goes is dedicated 15 plus minutes of exercise daily. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter if it's just going for a walk, if it's doing a cardio thing. I've been doing little dancey 15-minute aerobic things from YouTube. I hate cardio with a burning passion, with the fiery rage of 1,000 suns. I hate cardio so bad. I love lifting weights. Lifting weights is great, but you know what? When all you're doing is lifting weights, you're not gonna get quite the same results that you want as if you combine weights and cardio. Which is why kettlebells are nice, because they're kind of both. But anyway, 15 minutes of dedicated exercise every day. Not just kind of half-assed whatever, but 15 minutes specifically, not doing anything else while I'm doing it, just focusing on working out. And making healthier food choices. I am a sugar and chip fiend. Like I said, I have a physical job. I am constantly on the go with driving all over creation, taking my kids everywhere for school and everything else. And their school is like a town over, so I have to drive all the way over there, back and forth every day. And they are in 2 different buildings, so it's a whole thing, and it's a pain in the ass. And I don't have time right now to make the kinds of meals that I know I need to make in order to be at optimum health levels. So, I'm trying to make better food choices, and I did some research and discovered that the primary reasons I crave potato chips the way that I do is because craving salt is a sign of elevated cortisol levels, stress hormone, Chico figure, who'd have thunk, right? And decreased electrolytes. So, my daily thing when I start getting the chip craving has been to go make a drink with like a prime powder, liquid IV, whatever. And I drink plenty of water, so I know that for a lot of people that's an issue. That is not an issue for me. I easily get anywhere between 80 and 100 ounces of just water every day, on top of the water that is present in my coffee. And I usually have 1 small cup of juice in the morning. I'm trying to eat my carbs in the morning up till lunchtime and not have quite such a heavy carb load in the evening, because then, you know, it's harder for your body to process all the sugars. But if you eat your carbs in the morning, your body has more time to run through them and utilize them instead of just packing them on in your body as fat and keeping them for future use. So on top of the electrolyte drink, I am making a concerted effort to consume more protein because I am absolute garbage at that. And to be fair, with the current state of the economy, proteins are really expensive, and eggs, which were the last excessively affordable protein, are no longer fucking affordable in America. So thanks for that. Also trying to add in more vegetables to my diet. I do eat fruit. Like I said, I am a carnivore. It's a problem. I know it's a problem, but I come from a long line of carnivores, so it's what I was raised doing, and carbs keep really easy. You don't have to worry about, oh, I bought this box of pasta and it's been a week. Now the box of pasta has turned into a science experiment and may be developing sentience like fresh produce tends to do in the fridge. 15 minutes of exercise, healthier food choices, electrolyte drink, cut back on chips, more protein, more veggies. There's the physical health portion. Another area I want to focus on is family things, because unfortunately with when I work, I don't get to spend a lot of time with my kids when they're here, and I absolutely hate that. The whole point of me getting into massage therapy was so I could have a flexible schedule, which I do not have, so I could spend time with my kids while they're still kids, because they're not children for long or forever. I want to have one dedicated game night every week with the kids, because I bought several board games for Christmas and it is now almost June, and with the exception of 2 card games, we have not touched them at all, and that is horrible. So game night with the kids. I also with them want to do daily workbook sessions and lessons. Even though they are going to public school, they both need a little bit of extra help in some areas, and I want them to be able to learn about things that they're not teaching them in school. There are plenty of interesting topics that are not part of a core curriculum that is taught in public schools, and I think that if they have it enforced that you can learn things outside of the industrial education complex, that learning can still be fun and interesting no matter what age you are, and it doesn't have to be this god-awful slog that they make it, so you don't want to learn anything that they haven't taught you, because then it's easier to control you. Daily lessons with the kids when they're here. Which means probably honestly getting into the habit of doing it in the morning. But I'm going to get more into how hopefully after this year, by the end of 2025, I should hopefully have another evening that will be opened up with the kids. So family focus, game night, daily workbooks and lessons, probably a different topic monthly. I do have joint custody with my ex-husband, and they're week on, week off with either of us, so we'll probably pick one topic a month and do it for the 2 weeks that they're here, and then pick something different. Next section, work in general. This includes creative work and my day job as a licensed massage therapist. By the end of this year, I want to be down to only working 5 days every week. Currently, I am 5 days one week, 6 days the next week. I only have 3 days off in a 2-week time span. And on top of that, by the end of this year, my days off will be consecutive days off, because for 3 years, I have had still only 3 days off every 2 weeks, and it's never 2 in a row. After having 2 days off in a row for the month of May, let me tell you what, that I ain't got the energy, I can't do anything sensation is significantly decreased when you have your first day off to do all your running around and chores and get caught up on all the things that you don't get to do during the regular work week, because let's be honest, when you're the only adult in the house, there's a lot of crap that needs to get done. And when you get home from work at 9 o'clock at night, you're not gonna do it. You're just not. Having that second day after doing all of that crap to go, oh, well, I did all the house chores. Does this mean I can, like, do something I enjoy for an hour or two? Can I do the creative things I've been wanting to do for a really long time and haven't had the energy or the time to do?
Holy shit.
Mind-blowing, life-altering, in a way that if you've always had consecutive days off, you probably do not and will not understand. Game-changing. 2 consecutive days off. In regards to creative work, I want to make a dedicated effort to do 2 to 5 social media posts about either YouTube and or my books every day, because unfortunately algorithms are garbage, and unless you're constantly throwing shit at the wall, the spaghetti is not going to stick and nobody is going to see you. So I am starting to warm up my TikTok account, and I'm gonna start posting things on TikTok and on Twitter and here on YouTube. I thought about adding an Instagram, and I don't want to. I don't have the time to. Could I make the time to? Yes, but I just don't want to. I've kind of sort of figured out some things with the Twitter/X algorithm and YouTube, and I don't really want to do TikTok, but I figure we'll give it a go. I did a course on it. I'm in like a Discord server for the course, so there's people that are asking questions from the person who ran it all the time and stuff. So we'll give it a go. And if I really throw my whole ass into it and it doesn't have any returns equivalent to the amount of time I sink into it, then by the end of the 6 months, I just won't bother with TikTok anymore. We'll see how it goes. I also want to start going live here on YouTube twice a month. So it'll probably be every other Monday, probably afternoon or evening. Not quite sure when yet time-wise, because I have every other Monday off from work. And well, actually, I have every Monday off from work currently, which is fucking astounding to have the same day off every week. But every other Monday, I don't have the kids while I drop them off at school in the morning, and then I am kid-free until the end of the day. Probably every other Monday for lives. So that was work down to 5 days a week, 2 consecutive days off, which will be Sunday, Monday one week, and Monday, Tuesday the next week, because working weekend days just makes more sense because I get more appointments those days. 2 to 5 social media posts daily and going live twice a month. Creative chunk of life. I want to spend some time doing art and writing every day. I am trying to find a realistic quantity to focus on as far as writing goes. I think that honestly, realistically, every time I'm like, oh, 500 words a day is fine and I'll be doing great. And then something happens and I literally write absolutely nothing for like a week, week and a half. And then other times I can set a goal of 2,000 words a day and do great. Sometimes 1,000, and it's fantastic. So, what I want to do rather than setting a daily word goal, because I am a burst writer, I know that everybody talks about needing a consistent habit. Consistency, consistency, consistency. My life currently does not account for that sort of consistency. Things come up, the kids will be sick, I'll get sick because the kids brought home the crud from school. A coworker will be sick, and next thing you know, I'm fighting for my life and having to wear a mask to work so I'm not breathing my germs in people's faces because I'm right there working on their neck. So I want to aim for a writing goal of 20,000 words each month. I could write that in 2 days. I could do that spread out over the course of a month to add up to 20,000 words monthly. Realistically, if I write 20,000 words a month in a year, I could write 240,000 words, which with my novel length, that's 2 full novels and a novella, which is great. That is wonderful. I would love to dedicate myself to more writing time, but having a full-time job and kids, that's 2 full novels in a year is pretty damn good, all things considered. So, realistically, the 2 books that I'm halfway through writing now, I would like to have both of them done and published by the end of the fourth quarter. I want to do one towards the end of Q3 and then do another one late November-ish / early December, just in time for all the holiday craziness. On top of that, as far as creative things go, I want to start doing brain dump journaling daily again. I'll be really good about it for a while, and then I'll put the journal back up on the side with all of my other books and things so it's organized and my desk is clean, and then I forget it's there and I don't touch it. So, yeah. I want to get back in the habit of doing that again, even if I don't write anything super important. It's just handwriting helps my brain feel better. So, it's a good thing. And as far as other like education things go, I'm on a 130-day Kindle streak, and I just did day 912 on Duolingo. I am bopping back and forth between Japanese, Korean, and Irish Gaelic. Haven't touched Irish in a long time, though. Those are a thing that I've been doing every day for long enough now that unless something catastrophic and drastic happens, I don't see that changing. It's just become part of my everyday thing. Those are the 4 sections of stuff I'm planning to improve upon in the next 6 months, because from doing some research into things, I am attending a concert at the end of July, and I would very much like to either be down 10 pounds by then or be down 1 pant size. With the way that I work out, and like I said, without restricting calories, I'm not really counting on the weight loss portion, but slimming down and toning up is definitely my biggest goal. I got in the pool yesterday, with the kids for the first time, and wore a bikini and didn't care. I don't care. I'm not going to hide in a dress for the sake of other people's comfort. And if they don't like seeing what happens to a body after having children, then that's their issue, not mine. Especially after there was a lady there who, as she was sunbathing, it took me a moment to realize that she was not, in fact, not wearing a swimsuit bottom. She was just wearing a thong, and her butt was huge, but in a shapely and very nice way. Yeah. And it kind of made me go, "Aw." That is a confident I will never be. But despite my stomach being covered in stretch marks from having children and having tons of loose skin, I still wore a bikini anyway. And if people don't like it, too fucking bad. That is the attitude I am adopting towards so many things in life right now. If it's not hurting anybody and it's not hurting me, who cares? Life is too short, and that is why hopping on this bandwagon to get the train really chugging in the direction that I want it to be going is important. If you are going to join in on a crazy challenge like this, I know a lot of people are waiting until the start of June to do so. Let me know what some of the things are that you're going to be improving on, what some of your areas are, and what your goals are. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Take care of yourselves and each other, and don't forget, we are all just works in progress. Take care, Darklings.